Hey, I'm JD Hagler. This is Aux'Arc Climbing. We're going to talk about creating these little support screw holes on the side of the hole. So you're getting to a point maybe where you're starting to pivot holes on the wall because they're getting off center from that main bolt hole. Jugs are pretty legendary about this. So you're trying to figure out how to do this right here. So we're gonna talk about that and cover it. It's really not that bad of a process. It'll be a short video. The best way to cast them I found is to embed 16 penny nails in the mold. So on this particular mold, you can see the hole I've got cast in there, and I've just got this 16 penny sitting in it. There's a nice smooth surface. When I finish the cast up, I'll come in with my my pliers, and I'll chuck onto it, and I'll twist it to break it loose, and I'll pull it out of the mold. And then I've got this nice little screw hole that the screw will happily sit through and secure itself to the wall. Now the screw hole doesn't have to be perpendicular perfectly like your bolt does. It can sit in there really at any angle. You just don't want it to be really harsh one direction or the other, but it doesn't have to be straight on at all. So we're going to talk about that. I've got a scrap left over that I've put a hole in already. Nothing crazy. I'm not casting this. It's just a demo here. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to start with a 21/64 bit. I don't really care the exact diameter of this thing. All I want is to be bigger than most of my wood screw heads. Okay, it doesn't need to be too much bigger, but it needs to be enough that that screw head can sit down in there. Because I don't want that sticking up on top of the hole, obviously. So I'm going to countersink a little bit with this. Not a lot. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this bit, which is a 5/32. This does not match the thread of this. It's bigger than the thread, but that's not what I sized it against. What I sized it against was my 16 penny nail, because I need that nail to sit through there. So I'm going to center this on that hole I just countersunk and run it through. Again, I don't really care the angle. I just want to make sure it's not too far one way, too shallow. So that's pretty decent right there. Pull that out. And there's my countersunk hole right there. Alright, so then when I go ahead and cast it in the silicone, I'll build my box around it, and I'll set this nail in that hole just like this, and I'll cast that silicone. So that silicone is going to come up to about here, like it does on the bottom side of this. It's going to look just like this on the bottom of my silicone. Casting like that. So then when the silicone finishes, I can pop the nail out, flip the hold over, sit the nail back in it, cast the hold, pull the nail out. I spent a lot of time hacksawing these off originally. I probably will not do that again. It isn't that big of a deal. Maybe if that hole's super shallow, you want to make sure you don't have silicone down in there, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's how I'm casting these. And it seems to work really well. I haven't had any problems with these at all. So hopefully that answers that question. That's a nice quick supporting tutorial for those, but you're going to need that here soon if you're getting into your bigger holes. So post any questions you got, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Alright, so if we're talking about those nails a little bit, the 16 penny nails. You can see here that I've got them set in here. I had to cut these ones a little bit short so they'd fit inside my form box. But I'm going to drop my form box over the top of it. I'm going to cast it, and then I'll have those holes created in there for those nails to slip into, and we'll be good to go.